Hello and welcome to round 2 of the Dominion Online Championship against ehunt. Now, this guy is good. I believe he made it to the A division once before. I think I played against him there. There may be some videos of us playing before. So I have to really take my time, sit down, think about things. So looking at this board here, there's no extra actions except for what comes from the black market maybe, or the trustee's steed. So a few things went through my mind. You want to get to your tournament and province as quickly as possible. How do you do that? Well, upgrade helps. I see my opponent passed, so he's probably going to open with an upgrade. I was thinking about black market here for quite some time. I'm thinking it might be nice to pull something out of the black market, but then I noticed the wolf den. You see me circling it there. Everything you pull from the black market is going to be worth negative 3 points, which is bad. That doesn't mean to say there's not something from there that is not worth it. There might be, and in the worst case scenario, it's a silver, right, which I can use to get to my upgrade. So I was thinking something like tournament silver to open to get the upgrade. Instead, I can just do tournament black market, and it's effectively the same thing. I won't buy anything from the black market unless I really think it's going to be worth those negative 3 points. As expected, my opponent does open with the upgrade. Doesn't trash an estate here, which is pretty good for me. Means it'll be a little bit more difficult for him to get to 5. Does buy a tournament here as I did last year, and I do get to my 5 here. Nothing great from the black market for my first upgrade. Now here I do draw just $4, and there's a choice here. I could go for a tournament. I could go for a scheme. I didn't think about the scheme too much, but I perhaps should have, given that my opponent started to upgrade a bit more quickly than I did. Having the scheme there might let me top deck the upgrade, might let me play it 2 times in one shuffle, might let me catch up. Didn't cast too much thought into that until much after. I was more concentrating on between tournament and Devil's Workshop. In the end, I went for the Devil, and I don't think that was a good play in retrospect here. Had it been a tournament, I probably would have picked up a second upgrade, which would have been nice, which is exactly what my opponent does on his turn 5. I'm going to again assume it's a he. I don't know why. 4 again means I'm just going to pick up another tournament, and the Devil isn't really going to be that impactful. I did buy the Devil because I was thinking I wanted an Imp, and if the upgrade and the Devil came together, I would be able to get an Imp, most likely. As it turns out, the upgrade is at the bottom of the deck, and the Devil is at the top of the deck, so they're not going to find each other this shuffle, but perhaps that was a bit too unreasonable of a thing to expect for me there. Had I picked up the Imp, it would have been very nice, but how likely it is doesn't seem very likely looking back at it now. So again, the scheme there is probably the best one as opposed to the tournament. Anyway, my opponent continues along. This time the upgrade, he buys a peddler here, which I found a bit strange because it's going to be difficult to buy peddlers. There's no plus buy on the board, and that peddler is negative 3 points, so you'll have to get rid of it somehow or pick up another one, which means spending your entire turn buying a peddler. I'm not sure you want to be doing that. There's lots of nice other cards to pick up. Even a third upgrade might be worth considering. Definitely lab, perhaps a tournament. We both have 2 tournaments now. And my opponent is here, I believe, going to get up to 5. He's going to pick up a lab. So things are looking very bleak for me, right? He has 2 upgrades. He's going to be playing them very frequently. Nothing is coming out of this black market. I only now pick up my second upgrade. And things look bleak. Very bleak. I go ahead and I pick up another tournament here. I don't often pick up more than 2 tournaments. I picked it up because I don't know why. I wanted money, I think. My opponent turns one of his upgrades in for a gold here, which is perfectly reasonable. It will be very helpful for him to buy a province with that gold, and I'm nowhere near getting to gold. I do turn this estate here, thinking about a second block market just to, remove the wolf den points. And I'm going to get it as little harm in doing that, given the size of my deck. Little harm. That's not good. My deck should be thinner than that at this point, but didn't open the upgrade. My upgrade missed, and I also didn't set myself up to pick up the second upgrade very quickly, right? I took a long time to get to 5 again, and that's what the Devil's Workshop does. It's not money, so it can't help you buy 5 quests. My opponent does manage to get the first province here, so things look just very bleak for me. Not sure that I can catch up entirely here, but somehow, like a rabbit out of a magician's hat. I was able to get enough money for a province with my 4 tournaments. So we'll see what comes of that. Here I decide not to scheme anything because I want to increase the chances that there will be a province at the top of my deck. If I put 2 cards on top, there's 2 cards plus that one. There's 3 cards that are definitely not province. As opposed to if I just leave the one, there's a better chance that one of them could be province and I can block my opponent's tournaments. That would be helpful, extremely helpful for him to, not buy a province's turn, say, or perhaps not be able to collide. I think he would have collided anyway, but at least he may not have been able to buy a province. I'm getting very lucky with these tournaments. They're not being blocked. Again, black market comes up empty, but somehow I end up with 8. So I have 2 provinces now, just like my opponent, but my deck is much, much worse. I don't have the labs. My deck is bigger. And I don't have the gold. My opponent has the gold, and it will be very, very helpful for him to continue picking up provinces, whereas I stall and the turn. As soon as he blocks my tournaments, I'm done, right? The first province I bought, half of that money came from the tournaments. So if that gets cut out, we're in big trouble. Province on gold for my opponent. I believe he picked up a second peddler of the Princess Buy to get rid of that wolf problem, and here it happens, right? I can't draw anymore, and that effectively spells the end of the game here. He picked up another gold, so with his draw, he has the horse too, I believe. Yeah, with his draw, he should be able to find enough money to double province, and then the schemes make sure these slabs go back on top of his deck. Very nice thing he's created here. So he should be good to go to win this game. So that is how game 1 ends. A bit unfortunate, I think, for me, but I also didn't help myself with that Devil's Workshop buy. Alright, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.